Imagine if George Orwell's 1984 took a detour through Monty Python's brain, got stuck in a nightmare about paperwork, and somehow came out a dark comedy. That's Brazil. This is a film where the villains aren't evil masterminds, they're just, let's say, middle managers with the wrong forms. Where futuristic technology looks like it was built in the 1940s, and where the most dangerous weapon isn't a gun, it's actually bureaucracy. Funny, funny. Today I'm going to take you into Terry Gilliam's Dystopian Fever Dream, a movie that's absurd, hilarious, and disturbingly familiar. And I'll give you a few things to look for so that when you watch it, you'll just see how brilliant and unsettling it truly is. Brazil came out in 1985, directed by Terry Gilliam, the only American-born member of the Monty Python comedy troupe. Gilliam's visual style is theatrical, surreal, and wild. If you've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Time Bandits, or even 12 Monkeys, you know he loves bending reality. While this movie takes inspiration from Orwell's 1984, Gilliam wasn't interested in a copy and paste dystopia. He wanted something funnier, more absurd, and a world that's just as dangerous as Orwell's, but where people are too distracted by paperwork, ductwork, and plastic surgery to even notice what's going on. Now, the plot follows Sam Lowry. This is a low-level government employee who gets caught up in a bureaucratic mistake, a typo that leads to arrest and death of an innocent man. Sam's attempt to fix it sends him on a collision course with the government, the mysterious woman he's been dreaming about, and the realization that the system is designed to be unfixable. Behind the scenes, Brazil became famous for a huge fight between Gilliam and Universal Pictures. The studio thought his version was too depressing and wanted to recut it with a happy ending. Gilliam went public, even took out a full page ad asking the studio head, "When are you going to release my movie?" He wasn't messing around. The battle became pretty legendary. And Gilliam eventually got his cut released, which is why we can still see the movies as he intended it. One of the first things you'll notice is Brazil's strange retro futuristic design. The movie is set somewhere in the 20th century, but it mixes old and new in a way kind of feels a little disorienting. Computers have tiny green screens, but they're mounted on massive, clunky typewriter-like machines. Offices are cramped, gray, with air ducts snaking everywhere, sometimes through the middle of rooms. Those ducts are more than just a set dressing, though. They're a visual metaphor for how the government's control runs through every space like veins in a body you can't escape. Ooh. Gilliam often uses wide angle lenses that make rooms look a little more warped. This distortion that he causes keeps you feeling slightly off balance on purpose, like the world itself is bending in on you. It's the same technique Orson Welles used in Citizen Kane, but here it's turned into like a visual joke. The scale of the sets is also intentional. Small offices, crammed, way too much furniture, where huge rooms where only one desk sits in the middle. It's a constant reminder of how absurd and impersonal this system really is. Now, Gilliam uses lighting as a storytelling tool. In the real world, the palette is washed out, grays, browns, muted blues. Lighting is harsh and fluorescent in government spaces, which makes everyone look a little, honestly, sickly. In contrast, though, Sam's dream sequences are bursting with light, color. He imagines himself as a winged hero flying through golden skies to rescue a mysterious woman. These scenes feel warm, airy, free, which is the complete opposite of his daily life. Now, the back and forth between this drab reality and the colorful fantasy is the key to understanding Sam's mindset, which is his dreams are his only escape. Now, the clothing in Brazil tells you everything about the characters. Government workers wear identical, ill-fitting suits, which is showing uniformity over individuality. The rich are decked out in kind of cartoonish outfits, which mocks consumerism and vanity. Then there's this woman, Jill. This is the woman from Sam's dreams. She dresses simply, practically, which makes her stand out in a world where everyone is either dull or very overdressed. She's kind of the only character who looks like she belongs in reality, which makes her feel even more out of place in this type of world, which is strange. Now, the soundtrack also plays a huge role, especially the recurring theme of Aquarela do Brasil, which is a samba tune from the 1930s. Gilliam uses it ironically. It's played over scenes of violence and chaos. So he's trying to turn something happy into something unsettling by blending the two together. Sound effects are used to add to the world building. The constant hums of machinery, the hiss of pneumatic tubes, the clatter of typewriters. Honestly, even in the moments of quiet, the mechanical noise never fully goes away, reminding you that the system is always running, it's always going. The screenplay blends absurd humor with deep social commentary. On the surface, Brazil is it's hilarious. There's slapstick moments, um, visual gags, funny, ridiculous dialogue. But under that humor is something pretty dark. Bureaucracy as oppression. In Brazil, the villain isn't a person, it's the entire system. There's no evil mastermind to defeat in this movie. The danger is the endless chain of forms, approvals, and mistakes. There's the danger of complacency. Most characters accept the absurdity of their world without question. They fill out forms, wait in lines, and they don't ask questions. There's also fantasy versus reality. Sam escapes his boring, suffocating life through dreams, but in the end, those dreams can't save him from his reality. And in Gilliam's cut, the reality wins. Now, the ending, without spoiling too much, is bleak. It's a gut punch that says sometimes escape is only possible in your mind. Brazil isn't just a movie, it's a whole experience. It's visually overwhelming, emotionally strange, and intellectually very sharp. You can watch it for the surreal production design, or you can watch it as a biting political satire. If you do watch it, here's what I'd tell you to pay attention to. The ducks and wires, they're everywhere for a reason. The shift in lighting and color between dreams and reality. The way people treat paperwork as more important than human life. And the magic of Brazil is that it makes you laugh while making you also very deeply uncomfortable because it's not that far from our own world. In closing, Brazil asks a very terrifying question. What if the system is so broken, there's no one to fight, just endless paperwork? And what if, instead of a hero rising, we just keep filing forms forever? So the next time you're stuck on hold with a customer service or staring at a stack of forms, just remember, at least you're not in Brazil. Or maybe you are. Thank you.